Welcome back to another episode of the Ironhead Chopper Project, and in this video we're going to install a set of neck cups to convert it from a 7/8 stem to a 1-inch stem. The factory 35mm front end utilized a 7/8 stem on this. We are going to be installing a Springer front end that utilizes a 1-inch stem. Something a little bit more modern. We'll install some modern Timken bearings and see how it goes. Let's get to it. Well, first things first, we have to press out the old race cups. I'm just going to use a hammer and a punch and see if I can get them to budge. Alright, well, we got the old neck cups out here. Let's compare them to the new ones. Old neck cup to the new neck cup. You can see a significant difference in the bearing size. Obviously the inner diameter from a 7/8 to 1 inch. I got these neck cups off of Lowbrow Customs. They are from V-Twin Manufacturing. These ones do not have an internal fork stop. They don't have an external fork stop, so it's not really going to matter which direction they go in. They don't need to be clocked a certain way. Now that we have everything cleaned up, we can install the neck cups. I'm just going to put a little bit of this lube on the cups itself. It's just Harley-Davidson General all-purpose lube. Just something to be on there to help it slide in. Now you could throw these in your freezer, shrink them up a little bit. I don't think they're going to go in too tough. I did not freeze these before. Using a Motion Pro race installer. That's what we're going to install the cups with. It fits in really nice, locates at the bottom. We'll do the bottom one first. see a small problem. Well, as we were tightening it in, did not realize that it is hitting on this back portion here. I'll have to pull it out and grind a little of that material away from the frame so that that fits in there nice and snug. You don't want it sitting at an angle at all. You want it to align nicely with your top one. So we're gonna pull that back out. Well, that came out pretty easy. All right, frame is cleaned up in that area. Just kind of smoothed out and blended it into the frame. Now let's put these neck cups in. The neck cup's installed in the frame. Now it's time to test fit the Springer front end on it. Obviously I've never had this front end on the bike, so I have no idea how it's gonna sit. I believe it's measured at a 4-inch over. We'll measure the stock one and then measure the Springer here to actually find out. But let's grab the front end and get it put on the frame. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'll lower the lift down and put the front end in the wheel chock, and then we'll just drop the frame onto it and just let it sit down. So let's lower the lift and get to it. This is the front end that's going to go on the bike. I picked it up off of Facebook Marketplace a few months ago. It is a DNA Springer. Again, I don't know the full length. And then it's pretty wide. It's not a narrow glide front end, more of a mid glide. It's not quite a wide glide front end, but should give it a nice classic look. Should look nice. So let's get it put on the bike. I am just going to leave the old bearing on the stem for now. We'll put new fresh bearings in it when we do final assembly, pack them. But for now, we will leave it be. Okay. Well, I'm going to attempt to grab the frame and set it on the front end. Might be a little tricky here, but we can get it. Now, when it comes to picking out handlebars for this bike, I don't know what style I want to do yet. So if there's anything that you guys have in mind that would look good on here, drop it below. We don't have to use the Springer riser pattern, the wide pattern. I would be okay with getting the adapter plate that allows me to run a 3.5 inch on center riser or handlebar. I'm not sold on anything yet, so if you guys have anything in mind, please drop it below. I'll take any recommendation. Yeah, that headlight mount has to go. That is not a good look. I think we need a bottom mount headlight, something lower down. This up top does not look good, at least in my opinion. All right, let's go in and take a look at this bike. So for a rear wheel on this, we are doing a 18 by 2.5 with a 4.5 18 Shinko 270. I love this tire. I think it looks phenomenal. I like the big sidewalls on it. They're nice and cushy. I have a tire for the front as well to match. Just haven't not thrown it on yet. Let's put an axle through and maybe grab some spacers, see how this thing looks on the ground. I'm just gonna measure the width between the axle plates, measure the hub, and then throw a couple spacers in to get it really close to center. It's not gonna be the right spacers for the bike. They'll be the right size. Just I won't have my brake bracket in, so they will need to be changed. First time we get to see the bike's official ride height. It is kicked up in the front exactly like I wanted, that kind of old school chopper look. Now that we have the wheel on it, it officially looks like a motorcycle again, so it's getting me excited. Kind of want to put a couple pieces on it to see what it looks like. Just throw the parts on that we do have. Got a set of bars on the bike, a fuel tank and the oil tank. I'm gonna roll it off the lift, check steering with the tank. I think we're gonna have some issues with hitting it. There's no steering stops on this front end right now. Still need to figure that part out. I will say that the kickstand is bent, so it should not lean this far, but what a